put on the leashes and get to walking. This is our review of Dog Park.
Dog Park is a set collection auction game about collecting the best dogs and then walking them to earn the best reputation. And I think I consider myself a dog person, so I was really excited to get into this game.
It's a beautiful game with some fun mechanics, but overall it fell flat for me. I'll tell you why after this quick how to play. Dog Park is played over the course of 4 rounds, with each round having 4 phases.
During the recruitment phase, players compete in 2 rounds of auctions to add dogs to their kennel.
During the selection phase, players will choose which dogs to take for a walk.
During the walking phase, players take turns moving through the park, collecting resources on their walk.
During the home time phase, players will earn reputation, or points, and then clean up to prepare for the next round.
After 4 rounds, the player that earns the most reputation from walking their dogs wins.
Before you go taking your dog for a walk, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button.
All your likes and subscribes really help our channel grow, so thank you.
This is another one of those games that we backed on Kickstarter. We took a look at it. We really like Wingspan, and the artwork for this and the theming of this really reminded me a lot of Wingspan when we were looking at the Kickstarter. Loved all the cool different dogs that you had for the dog cards. They all have their own little powers, kind of like the bird cards in Wingspan. So I was thinking that it was going to be a lot like that. And in some ways it is, and in some ways it's not. You have so many dog cards. They're all beautiful artwork. They all have their own little powers. It's cool how you can kind of combine them and start to chain them. However, you don't really feel like you really build that momentum, kind of like you do in Wingspan and in other games. So I feel like there's a lot here to look at. It's gorgeous, it's pretty, but when you're actually playing it, it just doesn't feel that exciting.
So like I said at the top, I think I'm a dog person. So when I saw this, I was like, all right, I really want to get into this. And then as we started playing, it's like, okay, cool. I really like the dog theme and you got to walk them too. So a lot of unique things that I haven't seen, but then a lot of other things I've seen pulled from different games here that, you know, they tried to bring it all together. And I really give it an A for effort on that.
I really like the resources. You have the little squeaky toy, you have dog bone, you have an orange ball, and then you have a wood twig, and you use those different resources to pay for the dog to then take them on a walk. And then when you go on the walk, the different spaces that you land on will get you more resources to then pay in the future. So I like that chaining. As you're walking the dog, you can earn the reputation points through the path. You can earn some reputation points by finishing earlier before other people are done walking. And then at the end of the game, you'll also earn reputation based on the dogs that you have and if you have the most. And so you can kind of go after the dogs during the auction phase to try to fill up your kennel so that you can kind of see, all right, I'm going to go after this one and try to go after that. However, the higher scoring ones, a lot of people are going to go after, and luck of the draw, if there's not a lot of those being drawn, then it may not be as competitive to go after that. You may need to change your strategy and then go after 2 or 3 of the other ones that other people won't be going after. It's kind of difficult to actually do because of the luck of the draw, and it can come down to, oh, you just got lucky and you just happen to be able to get that. And yes, there is part of the auction phase that can mitigate that, and if you really want to bid high and then you can get those cards. I just feel like it's not as rewarding as it just feels kind of as more as a punishment for not having a good luck of the draw.
If you're going after the breeds, yeah, I get it. I mean, some of these dogs, when I was looking at some of their powers, I was like, oh, okay, this is a hound and there's a lot of points for it. However, its power really doesn't add to what I'm trying to build right now. So do I want that? So it gives you that little dilemma or that little decision to try and make. And, you know, I went more for trying to go for the power, right, rather than like the end game points or whatnot. And I ended up losing anyway. So whether or not it was right or wrong, I don't know. But I think that was my focus, trying to just build like the better powers of these dogs.
During the auction phase, each person will use their leash, but it's a counter and then you'll bid, but you got to bid based on your reputation. So you can spend what you have. And if you use it correctly and you can get the dogs, yeah, it can work out. Again, the luck of the draw, if there's only ever one of a certain type of breed and that one person in the first round just went big and then the rest of the game, there's no more of that breed, of course they're gonna get the expert breed card for that dog. So I'm not a huge fan of how that works. And then there are some auction games that I really like. Like I really like Furnace, where you have the auction, you put in your bids on there, but everyone still gets something from it. And here, yeah, you can still get another dog. And it's sort of like, okay, I'm bidding on that, but I lost that auction. So I got to choose from one of these other dogs that obviously no one wanted because no one bid on them. So they're probably either not very good for points wise, or they're not very good for ability wise. So it kind of leaves that sour taste in your mouth. Oh, okay, well, they outbid me and I got the crap dog. So here I feel if you don't win in the auction phase, the rest of the other phases are just kind of pointless at that point.
Although it is set collection, I know sometimes in some set collection games, like you get one and let's say it has a power or something. You get it and you're like, cool, I'll never use it though. And then you just kind of put it away. I think this game kind of tries to mitigate that, right? Because you'll have your dog and then theming wise, don't leave the dog in the kennel, like take it for a walk. So like you have to take it for a walk or else like there's a penalty,
reputation.
Right? Yeah. So you lose reputation. It's like, bad dog owner right there doesn't take their dog for a walk. Because, you're just playing favorites or whatnot. Like you have a whole kennel of dogs and you're like, I only like these two because their powers are awesome.
I do like the sheer amount of dog cards. I think the Kickstarter came with an expansion which had like celebrity dogs or something else. There's a lot of dogs in the game that you can play with. And I like that there's a good variety because I always like variety in games. However, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different breeds, different abilities. So depending on what you're going after, I feel like that much variety, it kind of does limit it because it could end up only being one dog in the top breed section. If that one person got it, that's 8 points they're gonna get just because they got lucky, the luck of the draw, because there are so many cards. So I like it, but then it also has its drawbacks. So it's kind of like a 50-50. I do like it, but then I don't know. I think I like it more than I dislike it, but there is something there for people who do kind of get like, okay, yeah, I like artwork, but I'd rather the mechanics be more even. It does kind of have a issue there.
Yeah, because over 4 rounds, each one's going to get 2 dogs around. So really, if there was really only 2 hounds the entire time, you'd be like, well, it's either a tie or someone got both of the hounds and then...
And I can hear people saying, oh yeah, that's how games work. You gotta play the odds, you gotta mitigate, you gotta do all this. I just didn't like the way that it all came together. And I felt it was leaned a little bit too much on that luck and bad luck kind of side rather than, I can mitigate more and there's still luck involved, but there is some skill. I felt it leaned a little bit more towards that side of kind of being annoying versus being like fulfilling.
Yeah, and like I said, I think I focus more on like their powers. I was like, oh, really? This toy dog didn't have a good power? Nah, I'll get it next time. I'll get the next one. Little did I know, like, well,
not gonna be any more toy dogs.
You might not ever see him again. It's like, Overall, I really love the production value of the game. All the pieces, the artwork, the game trays, everything like that. It has a really nice board presence. Gameplay goes, I had fun. It took a lot of different mechanics from different games that I enjoy. So I really like how they try to blend that together. So I'll probably give this 5.5.
Overall, it's definitely a beautiful game. If you like the artwork in Wingspan, those types of games, you're gonna love this. The mechanics, each individual one, I like. I like how some work together. I don't really like how it all meshes together. It does have its fun moments, but it also has those moments that can really drive you crazy. And I think that happened to me more often than the fun moments. But overall, I think it's an all right game. So I'm gonna give it a 6. And that was our review of Dog Park.
What'd you think? Are you ready to go to the park? Are you ready to go to the park? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you're enjoying our content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
And I'm Kenny. And go party like a board gamer.